Hi there, it's Greg from Startup 101, and today I'd like to cover off with you 10 mistakes that you should avoid when you're starting your business. I've picked up these mistakes over my small business career, both doing them myself as well as seeing others do them. So if you can avoid these mistakes at the start of your new business, it would go a long way to making sure that your business is a success going forward. The first mistake I want to cover off with you today is what they call cash flow runway. Now that's the technical terms. Now what it really means, if you're not a finance guru, is have you got enough cash to run your business? So you would be planning hopefully that you're going to make a profit in a certain amount of time. Prior to you making that profit and generating revenue, you're going to have to fund your new business. And however you get that funding, whether it's through friends, you've got it yourself, you have to borrow it from the bank, whatever it is, you need enough cash there to pay your suppliers, set up systems, whatever it is needed to get your business running. So when they talk about runway, it means what is the time frame distance that you can last with the cash that you've got based on how much you're spending every week. Maybe 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is. But part of your early business planning should be to ensure that you've got enough cash, or you can find enough cash from somewhere during your startup journey to make sure that you don't run out. Because otherwise, once you're insolvent, that's it, game over. So that's mistake number one. People don't plan for cash flow when they're starting up their business. Mistake number two, it's not a biggie, but it does happen, where people have started their businesses, it's generating revenue. Part of that revenue, though, unfortunately, has to be given back to the government. Now, in Australia here, it's called goods and services tax. It's a 10% charge on revenue. A lot of the times, people bring in the money to the business, sits in the bank account and think, great, that's what I've got now to spend. I'll either pay myself or pay all my suppliers or whatever, and there's nothing left at the end of the quarter or the end of the year to pay the GST and potentially even annual company tax. Next minute they've got a bill from the tax department that could put them under. So what I always recommend for businesses is when they set up their bank accounts for their companies, or if you're a sole trader, same thing, set up a separate bank account, and every time you get money in from your customers, put 10% into that other bank account. Squirrel it away, and so you don't get a surprise and you've got the cash sitting there for when the tax man comes knocking. So that's something that can bite you if you're not aware of it. Mistake number three relates to, you've probably heard it, the business plan. A lot of times businesses don't do a business plan because it's too complex, too much work involved, and I totally understand that. They can be reams and reams of paper depending on what it's needed. But there's two times when you definitely do need them. Firstly is if you have to go for finance. Generally banks will ask for a business plan of your entity and what you're going forward for. Second time is really for yourself. I've found with writing business plans, they bring up issues that you hadn't thought about, and all of a sudden you go, okay, right, I need to address that issue. It also helps putting things into sequences with all the tasks you've got to do. So it is actually a valuable document that should be done right at the front end of your business planning. Now, it doesn't have to be reams and reams of paper. It can be 1 or 2 pages, as long as you cover the main items. Fourth mistake that people don't realise when they start up a business relates to their business name. They may have a great business name, and they start promoting themselves as Joe Blogs Cleaning, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they find out that someone else has actually got the business name registered, and all of a sudden they've been told that they can't use the business name, but they've used it on all their marketing material, promotions, their branding is known that way, and next minute they've had to change. Also linked to that is, especially if you're a web-based business, is your domain name. Again, you might have a great business name that you can still get registered with the government, but you want to use a domain name that's linked to that business name. You go and check and it's taken. So what I always recommend right at the start is, when you have ideas about what you want to call your business, get onto the government websites, business registration websites, and just check to see if that business name's available or something close to it is available. At the same time, also go on to the domain name providers and check to see if your domain's also available or something close to your business name. If you can get those two things sorted, it takes a lot of stress out later on after you've branded yourself and everyone in the market knows your business name. Also, if you are really happy with the business name and you want to protect it, I'd suggest once you've got the business name registered and the domain name sorted out, and you might have even designed a logo for it, go then and get it trademarked. And once you get it trademarked in your country, well, then you've got full protection over that business name. So that's a great way to protect your branding going forward with your new business as well. There are 6 other mistakes that I would also like to raise to your attention. And these 6 are critical. That can kill your business. Now, the good news is you don't have to listen to my talk about this, because I've actually documented this in an ebook guide. So if you're on YouTube now, have a look below. I've put a link to getting that guide. If you're on the web page, you'll be able to see on startup101.com, there's the ebook guide there. It's called 6 Startup Mistakes That Will Kill Your Business. In that, I've listed those other 6 critical mistakes that you've got to avoid to make sure your business is a success. So I hope you found this helpful today. If you've got any comments, please leave it below the video. I'd love to hear any questions you have, challenges you're facing with starting up your business, any other mistakes you've found in your journey on business startup. So thanks again for listening, and my name's Greg Boyer from Startup 101. And remember, don't dream to have a business, live your business dream. Take it easy. Bye.